Welcome back on Kansas Sports Chatter. It's time now for our football chatter as we are joined by Rick Peterson. He's the editor for Top Sports News. You can check out the website topsports.news for all the latest in the Topeka area and Shawnee County. Rick, appreciate you joining. And like I was telling you before we jumped on, I was looking for a good connection in Topeka, and you said 40 plus years you've been doing your thing out there in the Topeka area. That's impressive.
Yeah, I don't know how smart it is to still be doing this at my age, but it's still fun.
Well, you do a phenomenal job, and excited to hear some conversations about Topeka athletes and teams. Talk about your prep parade that you've been going on. How much fun has this been?
Well, every year I try to get out to all the schools that we cover. And so there's 10 county high schools. I go around to each of them, talk to the coaches, talk to some players, and then do a preview story on each. I've posted 7 of the 10 on our website so far, and we'll finish out the rest of them this week. Uh, Everybody's real confident this time of year. And then come September 4th and September 5th, we'll start to get an idea of how good those teams will be.
Well, let's dive into some of those teams that you've covered there in Shawnee County with this prep parade. I saw the latest one on Silver Lake. I mean, just right off the start in your story, you mentioned how they had a good year going 7-3, but kind of a bitter taste in the mouth in that playoffs.
Yeah, because it was a team they had beat by 17 points 2 weeks earlier, and then got beat rather handily at 30-8 in the playoffs. So that kind of left a sour taste in their mouth, but it also gave them some fire going into this season. So they're a team that's won 8 state titles, so one of the best. The wing is coaching Kansas and C.J. Hamilton, who now turned it over to Logan Pegram, a former Silver Lake standout. So they're going to be good. They're going to be good again, and they're in the 2A ranks now. So I think they'll be a factor.
Well, nearby Silver Lake, you almost can't mention Silver Lake without mentioning the other team, Rossville. What'd you find out about Rossville in your prep parade?
Yeah, Rossville made it to the 1A semifinals a year ago. Got a good nucleus back. They lost their quarterback to graduation, Tayson Horrock, but they got a good nucleus returning. And the weird thing about, actually, this will be the second straight year, the War on 24, the bitter rivalry between Rossville and Silver Lake, opens the season for both teams for the second straight year.
What about some of the Topeka teams? They're right in the city. Let's start with Topeka Hayden. Always a solid team. What'd you see from them?
They'll be very solid again. In fact, they might. Coach Bill Arnold and I were talking just the other day. I think they return more key players this year than they have maybe in his time at Hayden. So they're going to be good. They're wanting to get over that hump. They lost the title game the past 2 years. Cheney 2 years ago, and Dale last year, and they're just trying to get over the hump and get another title.
Topeka High. What stood out about Topeka High?
Well, Topeka High changed coaches last year. Jason Philbeck took over, who had been at Augusta for 10 years. They had won, the Trojans had just won one game in each of the previous 2 years. Coach Philbeck came in and got them going last year, and they won 4 games. They're still facing an uphill battle in a really tough Centennial League that has Manhattan, Junction City, and Washburn Rural. So they're going to be looking to make more of a noise in the league, but they did make some good steps last year.
Let's go with Topeka West, Rick.
Topeka West has Trey Parker, former really good lineman at Washburn University. He's done a great job. They just are still trying to get the horses. They won one game in his previous 2 years, both over Kansas City Turner. He likes the progress they're making, but they're just in a really tough league, the United Kansas Conference, and it's just baby steps. but they are taking steps and they are improving.
Shawnee Heights, I was able to talk with Aiden Scott, the recent Washburn commit. It's going to be exciting to see what he's going to be able to do for his senior year.
Yeah, he threw for over 3,000 yards last year and over 30 touchdowns. He has a KU commit at receiver in Tyron Parker. You know, anybody that knows much about football knows it all starts up front. So they'll be looking for a much better, keep the pressure off of Aiden and be able to do some more things. Again, they were really close in a lot of games last year, and but they're in that really tough UKC. So if just a thing or two go bad, you're probably going to end up on the losing end.
Let's go with Washburn Rural.
Washburn Rural was a semifinalist 2 years ago and was one play away from beating Derby to go to the championship game, but they lost a ton of really good seniors, and so they kind of had to reload last year, and they had a tough year. But I think they're going to be much better this year. Again, they're in the Centennial League, so they got to go up against Manhattan, Junction City, and those teams. And but I'm looking for a much improved year.
Talk with Rick Peterson with Top Sports News out of Topeka. What about Topeka Seaman? What stood out about them?
They're going to be good again. They've been in the quarterfinals the last 2 years. They actually won the UKC last year. They lost a very good quarterback in Max Huston and a very good wide receiver in Briar Finley. And my Shawnee County Defensive Player of the Year, Caden Jordan. But the rest of the team, they got a really good nucleus coming back. And, I think they're a team that can challenge in the UKC and 5A again.
What thoughts did you have on Highland Park after you put together their story?
Highland Park is an amazing story. You talk about Highland Park, and everybody wants to talk about basketball, and rightfully so. They've had a rich tradition in basketball, but they struggled in football. And before Jermaine Monroe took over, they had an 8-year losing streak with over 60 straight losses. And he's turned around the mindset there. He's got a really good program going. Now it's expected that they're going to win 6-7 games a year in the Meadowlark Conference. And he's really high on this team, and I think they're going to continue to have another good year. I think this would be, if they have another winning season, it'd be their 4th straight winning season.
Well, I know I probably left somebody out, Rick, but any final thoughts on Topeka football going into the season?
No, I think it's good. I think, like I said, everybody's hopeful at this point. In a couple of weeks, we'll have a lot better idea.
Hey, Rick, appreciate the time, and we'll catch up with you later on in the season.
I look forward to it.
That's Rick Peterson, the editor for Top Sports News. Make sure you check out the website, topsports.news.